Hello everyone and welcome back to Southern Wealth. I hope you guys are doing very well. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. It greatly helps the channel. So let me kickstart with the most important thing as I always do. I made a video late December, 12 predictions, and it was Ethereum to be above 5,000 by mid-January. We are mid-January. Obviously that didn't happen, so that prediction was wrong. As you guys know, I have it divided in two. The top 4, which matter more than everything, and the bottom 8, which are more for fun. But in any case, there were still 8 predictions to make a total of 12, which is a prediction a month. That was the idea. Very obvious, right? And this was, I'm seeing here in my little paper, if above 5k by mid-January, was number 11. So we can cross that one out as being wrong. Now let me quickly cover a few topics because I think a lot of interesting things have happened. PPI yesterday, which is the inflation for the producers, if you will, came softer than expected. This morning, UK inflation came surprisingly softer than expected, and CPI also came softer, particularly the core CPI. So the overall CPI, which includes food and energy, was actually worse, but the core CPI was actually better. Now, the reason why the market likes it best is because there's this understanding that with Trump as president, he will push for, the conventional oil and gas energy, that eventually oil prices will come down. So even if they are a little bit higher this month, it doesn't really matter because they are more concerned about the other side of the economy, because they think that the prices will naturally come down for oil and gas with Trump as president. Now, the dollar continues to be very strong. The TLT, the bonds, have put in quite a bounce, 1.76%, which is good. It was really leading to somewhat of dangerous levels. We may finally have put in a bottom, and it would be a triple bottom with the bond market. I hope so. We need to start to see the liquidity ramping up. China is a little bit between a rock and a hard place, and I usually don't cover these topics, but sometimes these things happen and they're a bit more relevant in the great scheme of things, which is China's economy is starting to lag. And the issue with China is that you have a dictatorship. So the Faustian bargain, if you will, is okay, people have no freedom, political freedom, in many cases social freedom, but at least they have prosperity. Now, if prosperity stops, then why should we put up with the dictatorship? See the problem? That's when the problem starts to arise. So they want to stimulate their economy fiscally and monetarily. What's the issue? The dollar is too strong. If they do it right now, they probably depeg the currency from the dollar, which means the yuan loses a lot of confidence. Liquidity drains out because no foreign investor will touch the yuan if that happens. And you create a big issue. So we may have a variation of the Plaza Accords made between the US and Japan and a few other countries in the 80s to artificially devalue the dollar, which obviously ended up being terrible for Japan and great for the US. But China may be forced to do so because they really need to put out this big stimulus package. But if the dollar keeps on being this strong, it starts to become very concerning. Not so much about the dollar debt that the Chinese own, but also a lot of companies in China issue debt in dollars, which means they need to go and fetch dollars. What's the problem? The Fed is not printing. Can the ECB create dollars? No. Can the Bank of China create dollars? No. So everybody's fighting for the same dollars. This is why the dollar index, if you are in a tightening cycle from the central bank side, let's say, you see the dollar strengthening quite aggressively. Of course, most people are completely unaware of this, so they get super surprised that this happens, despite the fact that it keeps on happening over and over again. But in any case, there may be a situation where you have that in which I think the US would benefit greatly once again. But So stocks also bounced back. Everything bounced back pretty much. One of the funny things is, if you guys go back to my previous video, my last video that I've made, I said if we repeat the cycle, after 15th of January, we should start to pump, particularly Ethereum. Should start to really show the strength. So I tried to be a bit cute and tried to predict ahead of time that Ethereum was going to pump more than expected and it would get to 5K. I didn't. I thought, okay, the cycle may be front run and we don't repeat quite exactly. That's why my prediction was end December, max mid-January. However, the cycle seems to want to repeat 2017 to a T, which makes me look like a fool. So this is also a reminder to me that when you try to play funny games with a 4-year cycle, you get yourself in a nasty position, which is exactly what happened to me. So as you guys know, I'm always transparent. Why? Because I don't care if I'm on the wrong here, since I'm not trying to sell you anything and to convince you that I'm the Warren Buffett of YouTube crypto wearing a mask. So that's why I don't do what the majority of other people do. But in any case, I've said that in my previous video, and I said, isn't it funny that PPI and CPI are about to come in there? Isn't it funny how these things line up? I think it's quite funny. So the cycle is telling, after 15 January, or on 15 January, forward we should start to pump. What happens? CPI happens to be 15 January. What happens? CPI comes better than expected. Market loves it. Markets go up. Isn't it funny? So Bitcoin's very close to 100K. I've actually said something in my previous video. I've also mentioned that sometimes I do speak about bottom signals quite a bit. And how do you know that you are in the bottom kind of environment? The issue is that usually that's very theoretical. So I was very excited in my previous video because I say, you see, we are living it now. Jim Cramer is bearish. Everybody expects worse inflation than worse inflation numbers. Everybody thinks the sell-off will continue. Everybody thinks Bitcoin's going to go to 77,000. I only see negative videos on YouTube. I go on X, it's only negative news. Ethereum has been completely declared finished by everybody. And to me, one of the most important ones, I know that you guys are going to find this funny, but it is a reality, was Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff made a tweet about Ethereum, and I said it in my previous video. He said, Ethereum almost reached 5K in November 2021, and it's now down 40%. Bitcoin is next. So basically, the way that he worded the tweet felt like he was declaring the death of Ethereum. So Ethereum is dead, and now Bitcoin, we're going to come for you, and you're also going to die. This was the feeling of his tweet. And I said here in the channel 2 days ago, I said, that may well be the bottom signal for Ethereum. That's it. Because Peter Schiff is a bit like with crypto, he's a bit like the Jim Cramer of crypto. Guess, just for you to have an idea, November 2022, he said the following: this is not crypto winter, because after winter, spring comes. This is not even a crypto ice age, because even those last longer, they still pass. This is crypto extinction. This was said by him within plus minus 3 days of the bottom of Bitcoin in the bear market. August 5th, 2024, the Japanese carry trade. Bitcoin drops from 60 to 48K. Peter Schiff comes out, makes a tweet about the crypto graveyard. That was the last time, potentially in history, most likely in history, I would say, that we will see Bitcoin with a 40K handle. On the day. Not on the month, not on the year, on the day. 2 days ago, he comes with this tweet about Ethereum after spending basically zero time talking about Ethereum. He comes with a proclamation, with a death certificate for Ethereum, and talking about how Bitcoin was next. From that tweet on, I'm not joking, check the time of the tweet, check a chart, it was up only. It's amazing. So that's why I was saying, look, can it go lower? Yes, it could go lower. It could go to low 80Ks. I think 77K looks a bit too aggressive for me. Maybe the bottom of the next bear market, who knows? But I don't know. I thought it was a little bit crazy to go so low. But when I saw that tweet, I said, this is it. I am getting the same exact vibes that I got in August 5th, 2024, during the Japanese carry trade, and I came live and I said, this is the bottom for Bitcoin. This is the last time you're going to see Bitcoin at 40K. So with a 4 and then 40,000 behind it. I hope it was an historic moment. Hope you saw it. And now I felt really, I got the same feeling. I really did. And one thing that I would like to say, Pulsechain ecosystem, showing a lot of sign of life. And I think also the victories of the XRP are very important. I always said this. Do I like XRP? Not really. Do I want it to fail and make fun of it? No. I want XRP to succeed, particularly when they are against the SEC. I don't want them just to win. I want them to destroy them. See what I mean? People should be like that, I think, also with Richard Hart. You may not like him. You may not like his products. That's all fine. But if he's fighting the SEC, you stand behind him because it's of your interest to do so. The more precedents that you create of victory of crypto, of us versus the SEC, which we know that puppet was control. Okay, let's keep it like that. But the more victories we get as crypto space, the better for all of us, because then if the projects that we like end up being targeted, you have legal precedents in your favor. So it's very stupid. Like you can be, this is my point, this is my analogy. First of all, get people to watch your game. Get people, let's say you're the NBA, right, which is suffering a lot with ratings, right? So first get people watching the NBA. So the athletes can all get paid hundreds of millions of dollars. And then you can prefer the Lakers or the Celtics or the Bulls or the Suns or the whatever, or the Spurs, or whoever you like, doesn't matter. First get the eyeballs and get the money in the industry. Who is the best? Who are the top 3 ping pong players of all time? You probably cannot even name one ping pong player unless it's from your country and you just, maybe your father likes to watch it. I don't know. You can't. Name 3 basketball players. So Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, right? It's easy. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. You get the point. Everybody can name it. Do you watch baseball on a regular basis? I know I hate baseball. I don't understand the game. I don't understand why people spend so many hours looking at it. Sorry, my American friends. I know it's a American sport. It's just for people who are not from there. It's really confusing. But everybody knows who Babe Ruth is. Or everybody knows who Roger Federer or Rafael Nadal are. They all know who. You see my point. First get the eyeballs in the industry. So the money comes pouring in. Beat people who want to destroy your industry. They don't care if you're named XRP, XLM, ADA, BNB. They want to destroy you, the crypto space. So be in favor of people who are fighting against it. That's my point. In any case, the Pulsechain ecosystem is doing very well. You guys know I've disclosed my retirement coins when Pulsechain was targeted by the SEC, and I've reinforced my conviction when Richard was targeted by Interpol. So basically, I've came particularly at the worst possible periods to reinforce and to really make a statement of how convicted I am. Why did I do that? Do I want you to copy me? No, I don't. But nobody will ever be able to say that, oh, he only comes and talks about it after the pump. No. I came here at the worst possible times, not at the good times. You see, I could just wait for it to pump, 10x. Oh, you see, I've always liked these coins. It's so easy to do. So, as I've said before, my coins that I disclose here is for transparency purposes. And so you guys know that when I get something right, I get something right. When I get something wrong, I get something wrong, and I don't BS you. That's the point. Now, for the remaining of the cycle. I mean, if the cycle repeats, we should pump hard from here. Does that mean that we're going to pump hard every single day? No. I've said this so many times before. The bear market is so much easier than the bull market. Bear market, you do this. By the way, this is already alpha for the next bear market. Count 8. What is 8? 8 red monthly candles. Once you count 8, if you want to be on the safe side, count 7. Okay, there's 1 year. Let's say 2026. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we had 7 months of red in Bitcoin. If you start accumulating there on a weekly basis, historically speaking, it becomes very profitable. Does it matter the day you buy? No. Does it matter the week? Pretty much no. Any time period you buy over there ends up being a good choice so far, based on previous cycles. Why is the bull market so much harder? Let's say you see a project that you really like, and you are in the side of, oh, should I buy, should I don't buy? You go to sleep, you wake up, it's up 5x. And then, oh, it's going to sell off, I will buy later. Then you go up, it went up another 5x. That's 25x. Then let's say that you buy it, and it still goes up. Let's say it goes up 4x. So let's say you put $1,000 and it makes you $4,000. You see, the people that put in the money in the beginning, they got 5 times 5 times 4. You got a 4x, they got a 100x. This can all happen, and this has happened with coins, in 2 or 3 days. This is how fast it moves. And then usually what people do, they DCA in incorrectly. Instead of saying, oh, this thing dropped 80%, let me put a bigger clip. No. They put the bigger clips as the price goes up, which means their cost average keeps on going up. A little bit like Michael Saylor, by the way. That's one of the reasons why I think, if I'm thinking about, okay, what could be a bear market bottom signal next time around? Maybe Michael Saylor blowing up. That would be the easiest bottom signal you can get. Of course, specifically if you got Michael Saylor blowing up, followed by the words contagion, that's the dream bottom signal. Because it's so obvious, so easy, particularly if it comes after 8 months of red monthly candles. It's the easiest you can get. Are we going to get that? I don't know. So far, going back to the positive side, if we repeat the cycle, Bitcoin should have a local top somewhere around mid-March to mid-April. If you ask me exactly when, I would say probably late March, early April. Ethereum and the alts, probably gonna pick April, May. Depends on how Bitcoin picks. So if Bitcoin picks in March, probably in April. If it picks in April, probably in May. So it's usually a month delay. Sell off through the summer. Start to pick up around July. Peak in October. If we repeat previous cycles, would be 6th of October. I said late September. So somewhere in the last week of September up to the 20th of October. The dates that I'm looking at the most are 27 September, 6th October, and 20 October for the top. And then we would have a massive altcoin season after that, around October, November. I would expect Bitcoin to sell off sharply in October, go back in November, in late October, early November, trying to make a new all-time high. That's called the complacency rally, by the way. But it fails to do so, and then you have a big sell-off. Some coins still peak around that, and that's the end of it. Now, this needs to be balanced with a lot of altcoins historically peak after 12 months after the Bitcoin halving. That would be April 2025. All of them? No. Many of them? Yes. Which ones? It's your guess. I don't know. The way that I'm going to play it, I think we have a 30% chance we have just one altcoin season. I think we have a 70% chance that we have this scenario that I described. So my plan is to exit 30% of my portfolio somewhere until April, May 2025. Which ones will I sell off? Probably the ones that have done the best. So if I have coins that have done, I don't know, 500x, probably I will divest a bit more aggressively on those, rather than the ones that have done the 7x, for example. And that's it, guys. A lot of positive news. The cycle, once again, is repeating to the day, which is quite crazy. It's quite crazy how these things align. Trump's going to be inaugurated next week. What am I still concerned about? A terrible black swan would be if they try to take his life for the 4th time during inauguration. Now, I had a bit of bad dreams about this. I really hope it doesn't happen. Look, I think he survived that attempt with the Matrix move. I think that's not going to happen. But there's always these situations that it's extremely hard to predict. Like, of course, if he gets attacked, you're going to have, for a while, at least a month or something like that, really, really bad price action. I think probably the crypto space will drop like 50% overnight. But fingers crossed, let's hope, not just for crypto, but just for his life's sake and his family, right? Let's hope that none of this happens. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you appreciated this video. If you guys want to say that I was wrong in my prediction, feel free to destroy me in the comment section. I always appreciate the pushback. Really appreciate the following, and we are very close to 2,000 subscribers. So maybe make an effort. Let's try to get there tonight or tomorrow. Thank you, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.